The memory from my signing day is very foggy as I got older. I don't remember a lot of the
That's
details
okay,
about
Mike.
it. It's
All
okay.
right.
You know, if you look at the college football playoff standings right now, number 1 and number 2 are from the Big Ten. If you look at the national recruiting rankings as we start this day, number 1 and number 2 are from the Big Ten. We start off with USC as we look at the storylines in today's signing day. For a change of pace, it's not Ohio State or Oregon leading the way. It's Lincoln Riley and the Trojans. They have a massive haul, not just in numbers, but in 4 and 5 stars. More than 20 of them. The highest ranked player in the states of Illinois, Ohio, New Jersey, and Hawaii. 8 of the top 100 players in the country are going to fight on out in LA. Oregon, one of the many areas that Dan Lanning shines, is being a relentless recruiter. He consistently brings in superstar players, and he's done that here. A 5-star offensive lineman, 5-star tight end, 5-star wide receiver, 5-star edge. 2 more players who are not technically 5-star composites, but they're ranked in the top 50 nationally overall. They've got the 2nd highest ranked class in the country this year. A November flourish of signings helped the Buckeyes maintain their nationally elite recruiting perch. Not surprisingly, they got the number 1 overall ranked wide receiver once again, got the top player from the state of California and Indiana, number 2 and number 3 from the talent-rich state of Ohio. Ryan Day has never had a full recruiting cycle led to a class being outside of the top 10 nationally. Last year, Michigan had the number 1 overall ranked player. This year, another great haul, around 15 4- and 5-star players for them. 2 of the top 10 edges in the country coming to Ann Arbor to beef up their pass rush. They bring in at least one of the top 3 ranked players from the states of Virginia, South Carolina, Missouri, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Montana, and Washington, D.C. Now, one of the big storylines today is the overall grouping of that next group of players. Washington has an amazing class. Illinois, Minnesota, Iowa, Indiana. I mean, you got Indiana, their 2nd best class in the modern era. Illinois, normally in the mid-40s nationally, they're in the mid-20s. Iowa, maybe more 4 stars than any other year on record. The Gophers, one of their best ever and clear-cut best class that PJ Fleck has brought in. And oh, by the way, the highest ranked recruit coming into the league is going to Maryland. Another recruiting coup for Mike Locksley. Edge Zion Ely from Baltimore is the number 5 overall ranked prospect, the top edge in the country, the highest ranked player to go to Maryland in the internet recruiting era. Locksley living up to his elite recruiter reputation once again. We will dive into all of those players and more. But if you take a big picture look at the top 10 ranked players in the country, this is how interesting we are. The top player in the Big Ten is going to Maryland. The top player overall is going to Vanderbilt. The number 3 player is going to Houston. It really is a different time in all of college football. As for the overall team rankings from the Big Ten, USC and Oregon, like we said, number 1 and number 2 nationally. Ohio State is number 6. Michigan almost in the top 10. How about them Huskies inside the top 15? And what a great haul for Illinois, Iowa, and Minnesota, all being top 25 programs. Those were a bunch of storylines we're following today. Individually, in particular, give me one thing that jumps out to you the most.
I think the coaching changes are something we have to look out for. You know, Pat Fitzgerald gets announced on Tuesday, gets to shake some hands. Hey, congratulations, coach, and now go call these 20 guys and make sure they're going to sign tomorrow. With this calendar being the way it is now, in the past we would have had till February. Even in other years past, we would have had till mid-December. Now you only have so much time for kids to adjust to these coaching changes, not just at the head coach position, but you have coordinators and position coaches, Will Stein, Brian Hartline, who move around. A lot of the time now, kids don't really have that time to then make that adjustment and take other visits.
Mike, I'm already breaking rules. I'm going to give you 2 things, so a bonus. And I'm looking out to the West Coast. Of course, USC is going to be the headline of the day. And I felt all season with Lincoln Riley, that program clearly took a step forward. But recruiting is the lifeblood of any organization. And this class they're bringing in is, I mean, it's college football landscape changing. It's a defining class, and I give a ton of credit to their GM, Chad Bowden. Watching some of these players, true freshmen that look like they're college ready right now. And then how about the Huskies with Jed Fish signing a top 15 class? They were right there on the border of a playoff, competing for a playoff appearance and a Big Ten title appearance. Most importantly, the Huskies are building in the trenches. I think that's how they get to the next level.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things, and you brought up USC, to me what's so important when you talk about USC is the fact that they're getting it done at home, something that they hadn't been doing in recent years. But with all of these programs, what they have to be able to do is do a great job of managing the roster and the potential roster changes that are going to happen at their programs. And it becomes very difficult. We're seeing the advent of the GM position being brought in, and now you're seeing teams really, or head coaches, turning everything over to the GM as far as the money is concerned and some of those things, and they are handling strictly football. There has to be some divide there, and it's interesting the way programs are looking at how they're going to handle roster management and how you handle the back office of your programs moving forward now.
Oh, we're going to dive deep in all of these topics as we cover all 18 teams, and we'll start off with USC. I mean, Howard was talking about they're dominating the state of California